And welcome to Double Donor Mum in Menopause. I'm Diane, 50-something-year-old mum to my beautiful daughter Eva, who was conceived via double donor IVF back in 2023. Can you believe it? So I wanted to share with you my key takeaways from my first year as a mum at age 49. So I had Eva via cesarean, and I had a fabulous pregnancy, I won't lie. And I found the first few weeks coming home with a newborn, that gorgeous newborn bubble where you just want to smell them up. And there's Lady in the background. Say hi, Lady. And everything is just rosy perfect. And as newborns do, they don't sleep during the night. They generally wake every 3 to 5 hours. In Eva's case, she was probably about every 3 to 4 hours, which is actually pretty good, I have to say. And I found after a few weeks of that repetitive not getting a solid 8 hours sleep, it started to affect me physically, mentally, and emotionally, naturally. So physically, you wonder, how did that affect me? I found that I quickly turned to snacking and quick and easy meals because I was just exhausted and couldn't be bothered, I have to say. And that couldn't be bothered mentality was also around many other things. So it was also around not moving a lot, not really doing much self-care, and it really didn't keep me in a good place, I have to say. So the offset to that, physically and mentally being challenged, was emotionally I was drained. And one day just broke down in tears that I couldn't do it anymore, and it was just all too hard, and I was not going to be the best mum to Eva that I wanted to be. What I never realized at the time was that I wasn't really open to asking for, let alone receiving, any help from others. So one of the key takeaways during my first year as a mum, a new mum particularly, is to ask for help, and it's okay. I don't need to feel guilty. In fact, I have nothing to feel guilty about. That people want to help, that people want to be there, that people want to be part of that bubble with you, and that joy and that ride that is exhilarating and challenging and everything in between. Now, I love being a mum, I have to say. It is even better than I thought it was going to be, and I would never change any of it. But I do have to also acknowledge, and I think it's important that we acknowledge, that motherhood can be hard sometimes, especially with a newborn. Now, I was lucky. This was my first and my only child. I have a fur baby, as you can see behind me, which is my 6-year-old Labrador Lady. And that was an adjustment for her too. So part of my learning as a new mum is also to not forget Lady and make sure she's taken care of, and that I get to love on her like I have always loved on her, and that I don't need to stretch myself thin. And the notion of me being a Wonder Woman, as I like to see myself, is actually doing me a disservice. It's great to aspire to good things, but not to the detriment of your physical, mental, and emotional well-being. And in my case, it kind of got a bit close to that. That I didn't really let people know what I was challenged by until I really kind of hit a breaking point, which is when I just burst into tears. And so I think my main learning for first year of motherhood is everything's okay, and there is no hurry. There are people there that love, support, and nurture you however and whenever you need. It's okay to ask, and it's more than okay to receive. It's okay to not move during the day. It's okay to move during the day. Listening to my body was one of my key takeaways, I have to say, in terms of what she needed to eat, how she wanted to be hydrated, how she wanted to move or not move. And that's been a connection that I have been building since then, I have to say. That's been a really positive takeaway for me. The other thing is being patient with myself and others who may do things differently to me, and that's okay. And that the connection with others can be even better than I had ever imagined it could be, by just letting people in and just letting them be them. And letting me be me, and being strong on that me being me is okay. And if people don't like that, that's okay too. That doesn't mean I need to change. My final key takeaway from being a mum at 49, a first time mum at 49, is that my daughter is as much my teacher as I'm hers, I really believe. And I say that because she watches my every move and I watch her, and I can see me in her. And it has helped me become a lot more conscious of what I do, how I behave, how I think, how I act or not, and how I'd like to do that in the future. For me and for her. I feel like this is a big learning for both of us. So I'd love to hear your comments as a first-time mum. I know that we can be perfectionists in how our house looks, in how we look, and a messy, untidy house sometimes is okay, because the priority is you and your baby's health, and the rest will get done, and it's okay. A little bit of clutter is okay, and if not, then you just do it day by day. That's what I found. I had a bit of clutter coming home from the hospital picking up Eva, and it freaked me out when I walked through the door, I won't lie. And I communicated that, and together my family and I cleared some of that clutter up, and I felt heard, I felt acknowledged, I felt safe, I felt supported, and proud that I actually stood up for something that was frustrating for me, that in the scheme of things, did it really matter? No. Did it help my mental space? Yes, it did. So speaking up for you is really important. Being patient with you is really important. And you're doing a good job. We're all doing a good job. We try day by day, and the fact that we're trying means that we're doing a great job. So I would love to hear your experiences as a first-time mum. And if you've been an older mum like me, I would love to hear your story. I would love for you to hit subscribe, and let's keep chatting. Let's share, laugh, learn, and play together.